Hi guys, I hope you are all doing well. Let's see today's question. So today's question we are taking this up from the topic of differential equations. And if I talk about the question that is given to us here from this topic, the question tells us let y equals y of x be the solution of a differential equation which is given to us as 1 plus y square e raised to tan x dx plus cos square x 1 plus e raised to 2 tan x dy equals to 0. So this is the entire differential equation given to me, and the question further tells me y of 0 equals 1. The question is asking me to figure out the value of y over pi by 4. That's the question asked to us. And if I talk about the answer choices that we have been given here, the options are 1 over e square. Next is 2 over e square. The third is 2 over e. And the last one is 1 over e. So we need to figure out which one of the answer choices is the correct answer for the question that is given to us here. Let's try to solve this question further and let's understand what is the correct answer for this question that is given to us here. Before starting off with the solution for this question, I would first like to tell you that please do subscribe to my channel and support the channel as well because it takes lots of efforts in making these videos for you, and it is free for you but also motivates me to put up better content and try to make the solutions as easy as possible. So let's see how to solve this further. So if I try to write my differential equation which is given to us here, it says 1 plus y square e raised to tan x dx plus cos square x 1 plus e raised to 2 tan x dy equals 0. Now if I put all the terms of dx on the other side, I get this is turning out to become cos square x 1 plus e raised to 2 tan x dy equals minus 1 plus y square e raised to tan x dx. So if I divide dx, if I take all the terms of x on one side and all the terms of y on one side, I can write this is dy over 1 plus y square, which is equals to minus e raised to tan x and dx as it is. And this two terms comes on the other side, so it gets divided. So divided by cos square x and 1 plus e raised to 2 tan x. Now further, if I try to solve this, I get dy over 1 plus y square equals minus e raised to tan x dx. 1 divided by cos square x, that will make it sec square x, and 1 plus e raised to 2 tan x. Now once I have this with me, I'll just use my idea of substitution. So if I do substitution here, I can just put e raised to tan x as, let's say, t. So if I put e raised to tan x as t in this, what I can further do here is e raised to tan x dx into derivative of tan x, because we are using the chain rule. So it will become sec square x, then entire thing becomes dt. So if I use that idea here, so I get e raised to tan x sec square x into dx, the whole thing turning out to become dt. So I get dy over 1 plus y square, which is equals to minus dt over 1 plus t square. Now, if I have this entire thing with me, I can just use the idea of substitution. So I'll integrate both the sides because we have separated the variables. Now, if I use the idea of integration here, dy over 1 plus y square, which will become tan inverse of t, so tan inverse of y, which is equals to minus tan inverse of t, plus here nothing is there, means a constant of integration c. So we have this entire thing. Now, if I put it here, tan inverse of y plus tan inverse of t is equals to c. So I have this with me, but I don't want my solution of the differential equation in terms of t. So I'll resubstitute that, and that will basically become tan inverse of t. In this case, here is how much? So we have substituted e raised to tan x as t. So instead of t, I'll just substitute this as e raised to tan x is equals to constant of integration c. So we have this is your solution of your differential equation. Now once I have solution of the differential equation with me, I'll just use the idea to get the value that they have asked us at x equals pi over 4. But for that, we should first know this value of c. So to get the value of c, I'll use the first condition which is given to me, which says at x equals to 0, y equals 1. If I just use that idea, it tells me at x equals 0, y equals 1. So once I can put that here, I'll just put it here. So x equals to 0. So e raised to tan 0, which is basically entirely 0. E raised to 0 will become 1. So tan inverse of 1 plus tan inverse of e raised to 0, which is also 1, is equals to C. Now, once I have this entire thing with me, I'll further try to solve this. So what I get from here is tan inverse of 1, which is pi over 4. Here also, if I see, I get tan inverse of 1, which is again pi over 4, is equals to C. C in this case, we have to figure out that value. And that basically becomes 2 pi over 4, or I can just write this as pi over 2. So we get the constant here answer as pi over 2. So the solution of differential equation, if I see, I get tan inverse of y plus tan inverse of e raised to tan x is equals to pi over 2. Now, once I have this entire thing, the question is asking me to figure out what is e raised to tan of pi over 4, or basically I can say what is the value of y at x equals to pi over 4. So if I write my solution here, my final solution becomes tan inverse of y plus tan inverse of e raised to tan x is equals to c, and that is basically pi over. So if I try to further simplify this idea only, let's try to do that. So I know one thing, that tan inverse of A plus tan inverse of B, if I have with me, I can just write that as tan inverse of A plus B over 1 minus AB. So if I just use that idea here also, I can simplify my solution as tan inverse of Y plus tan inverse of E raised to tan X is equals to pi over 2. So if I further try to simplify, I get this is tan inverse of Y plus E raised to tan X over 1 minus y into e raised to tan x is equals to pi over 2. So if I try to simplify, I get further this is tan inverse, or let's take this tan inverse also on the other side, so it will basically become a trigonometric function. So I get y plus e raised to tan x over 1 minus y into e raised to tan x is equals to tan of pi over 2. And tan of pi over 2, if you guys know, it's basically not defined, or I can also say not defined infinity, which is basically 1 over 0. That basically means this over this is equals to 1 over 0. So your denominator, I can just equate it with 0, because that will turn your entire fraction to be not defined. So I get 1 minus y e raised to tan x equals to 0. So 1 equals to y e raised to tan x. So I get this. And that leaves me with y equals 1 over e raised to tan x. So that becomes my final simplified solution of the differential equation. Now, once I get this, the question is asking me to figure out what is the value of y at x equals pi over 4. So if I figure out that, let's do it. So from here, I get this as at x equals pi over 4, y would make it 1 over e raised to Tan of pi over 4, tan of pi over 4 is tan 45, which is basically 1. So I get 1 over e. And that basically, if I see, matches with answer choice D. So D becomes the answer for the question that is given to us here. I hope you have understood how to solve this type of questions, which deals with the ideas of using the concepts of differential equations. If you're enjoying this video that we are doing, please do like the videos as well. Do comment on the videos and share these videos with your friends as well who are involved in the preparation of questions on JEE. So they can also take the benefit from these questions that we are solving. Thank you.